The 1964.5 Ford Mustang, or 65, raced onto the car scene as the 1964 Indianapolis 500 Pace Car. But it didn't hold the pole position going into the event. Which Ford car did? Well, welcome to Cory Turner Talks Cars, and it's a thunderstorm, so I hope you can hear me, because today I'm talking about the 1964.5 Ford Mustang that was the very first Mustang to grace the sacred ground of the Indy 500. Now, leading into the launch of the Mustang, Lee Iacocca pulled out all the stops. He wasn't just launching a new car, he was introducing a brand new segment to the car industry. His vision for the pony car, a compact, affordable performance car, well, of course, it would turn out to be a total home run. But when you're a pioneer, no matter how much you believe in yourself, well, you never really know if things are going to take off. So to make sure, the Ford Mustang's release was backed with an extensive marketing campaign, except for one thing. Well, one kind of big thing, and well, that was the Indy 500. For whatever reason, the Indy 500 wasn't part of the Mustang strategy. The Indy Pace Car, pole position, was going to be the 1964 Ford Falcon. But as the Mustang began to travel down the assembly line, as it just started within hours, traveling down the assembly line, the decision was made that the Mustang would be the pace car. So in the very short time that was given, 3 Mustangs planned to have their 260 V8 swapped with the larger 289 V8s, and along with some other modifications and stiffer suspension. You see, the Indy 500 meant the Mustangs needed to be able to top 130 miles per hour, and the experimental 298 V8 from the Ford GT40 was the best fit. Now, the deadline was just too tight, and the number was reduced from 3 cars to 2. They were completed, they were shipped to Indy, and of course, upon arrival, one of them totally broke down, leaving just one Mustang to take center stage at the year's largest racing event to kick off a brand new car in a brand new segment. No pressure, I'm sure. I'm sure behind the scenes, the suits at Ford were like stressing out. But Benson Ford, one of Edsel Ford's sons, looked as cool as he could be behind the wheel of the famous Mustang convertible, and the rest is Ford Mustang history. Now, the story of the 1964.5 Ford Mustang Indy car doesn't end there. The car was given to Sebring International Raceway in Florida, where it was used as a driver loaner car and as a parade vehicle. And in 1974, it found itself in the storage, collecting dust until rumors of the first Mustang to traverse the 2.5 miles of the Indy as the pace car reached the official, or one of the officials, at the Mustang Club of America. The member wasn't going to let the history of the Mustang, the Indy 500 Mustang, be forgotten. So he convinced the track's owners to let the car go, and he took possession, and he quickly made a full restoration and brought the car back to all of its 1964.5 glory. It's commonly referred to as the $1 million car. So for those without $1 million, Ford produced roughly 225 pace car Mustangs to be sold through dealers. 35 were iconic convertibles, 190 were hardtops. The convertibles were sold to dealers, but the hardtops were part of Ford's checkered flag and green flag contest for dealers. So the top 5 performing dealers in each district received an Indy Pace Car replica. Now, in true Lee Iacocca fashion, they weren't just shipped to the dealers. Oh no, the winners traveled to Dearborn, and after a special event and after much fanfare, they were handed the keys to their hardtop replica pace cars by Lee Iacocca himself. Of course, after the 1964 Indy 500 and its release, the Mustang was everywhere. Lee Iacocca and Ford had a hit. Now, did being the 1964 Indy 500 pace car have anything to do with that? Well, sure didn't hurt. So, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and share. Subscribe to the channel. Follow us. Let's talk about cars tomorrow.